All right, boys and girls, take a minute to think about this image as you look at it, and then we'll talk about it. What do you think is going on in this picture? Madison.
I can see some huntsmen in the forest.
Okay, Madison can see some huntsmen in the forest. Wesley.
Well, there's like a shepherd or something. Like taking care of the pigs, I think.
Okay, so Wesley thinks this is a shepherd right here taking care of the pigs. What more can we find?
There's a castle in the background.
Lulu noticed that there's a castle in the background, right over here. Emma.
I think it might be summer.
Emma's noticing the season. She thinks that it might be summer. Why do you think it's summer?
Because all the leaves are still on the tree and the sky is blue.
Okay, she thinks it's summer because the leaves are still on the trees and the sky is blue. Caleb.
I think it's like an medieval time since there's a castle.
Okay, so Caleb's noticing the castle and he thinks it's medieval times because of the castle. Christopher.
It looks like it's by the ocean or a river.
Okay, Christopher thinks that it's by an ocean or a river. Why do you think that? Because it's blue, so back in this area here you think there might be the ocean or river. All right, Chaz, what do you think's going on?
It seems like it's an evening or more of a night. It's a darker sky.
Okay, so Chaz noticed that the sky is a little bit darker, so he thinks that it might be dusk or getting close to dusk when the sun's getting ready to set. All right, Madison?
The season might not be summer, it might be fall because some of the leaves are a little orange and the grass is kind of yellowing.
Okay, so Madison thinks it actually might be the end of summer or getting to be fall or autumn because the trees are starting to yellow and the grass is even yellow. Tanner?
I think, well, the water, it must be a calm day because the water is still, you can see the reflection of the sky
Okay, so
through the trees.
Tanner thinks that it's a calm day because you can see the reflection of the water through the trees and of the sky. What more can we find in this picture? What do we think's going on, Madison?
It looks like he might be singing because of the way he's composing.
Okay, so Madison noticed the body language of this character here, how he's posed. It looks like he could be singing possibly. Chaz?
And it looks like he might be killing one of the pigs because he has a sword.
Okay, so Chaz noticed that he's holding a sword, so he might be killing one of the pigs. What more can we find? Lulu?
That there's like a dog.
Okay, so Lulu notices that there's a dog right here. What do we think is happening in this picture? Madison?
It looks like the sun has just set because you can see a little lighter blue towards the tip of the mountains and that's darker on the way up.
Okay, so she thinks that the sun might have just set because it's lighter towards the tip of the mountains, that she's noticing it right here, and it gets darker as it goes up. What more can we find, Wesley?
I think it might be like a castle back there and then someone's going to get pigs for meat.
Okay, so Wesley thinks that someone from the castle in the background is coming to get pigs for meat so they can eat the meat for their meal. Tanner?
On the top in that half circle shape, it looks like night up there and there's a carriage like watching the stars.
Okay, so now Tanner noticed the whole top of the image up here. He's first going to mention something about it. There's a carriage up here. It's very faint, and that there's also stars in the top there. More can we find, Chaz?
There's also, I think there's pigs
Oh, so Chaz noticed that there's also some pigs further back here by these other men that we talked about too. Good. Lulu?
It kind of looks like a tapestry.
Okay, so Lulu thinks that this could be a tapestry, that this image could be woven. All right. What more can we find? What else is there that we haven't talked about yet? Chaz?
Isn't it continents in the stars?
The constellations?
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
constellation. I think those other pictures are like some up on the top. They're constellation pictures, or maybe.
Nope. That's a good observation. Chaz noticed that he thinks that these images that are up here in the sky, or in this, in the sky part, could be constellations that are in the stars. Can't see right in there. Caleb.
Well, on the constellations just above them, it looks like there's like months, and then it tells you like what month it is, and then when a year comes by or what year it is.
Okay, so Caleb noticed that there's months. This is a hard spot to be able to show. That there's months possibly here, and it's showing you. It's showing you what?
Like what month it is.
Okay.
And then, like the very, very like edge of the top, like years.
Okay, so he thinks this very edge at the top here could be years, and that these are months. So it would be showing you the date or the time. Is that what you think? So it's okay. So like a timeline, Tanner noticed, or a calendar possibly, Madison?
I was thinking it was like a constellation calendar where it keeps track of what night this constellation will happen at what time.
Okay, so Madison thinks that this could keep track of, it could be a constellation calendar that keeps track of what constellations you see at what month and time. Is that correct? All right, Chaz?
Like the smaller half circle down there, like the little red ones right in the middle, those might be the years.
Oh, these ones right here, these little tiny ones that are at the bottom of my ruler, those could possibly be the years. All right. What more can we find? What do we think is happening in this picture? Is there a story that goes with it? Tiana?
Well, I think it's a very environmental because it has mountainous region, it has snow up in the background by the castle, it has forest, it has open plains.
Okay, so Tanner mentioned that there's a lot of different environments in this image. That there's mountains. There's, did you say snow?
Yeah.
Okay, so he thinks there's snow up here. Is that where you're thinking there's snow? Mountains. There's plains and there's forests. So there's a lot of different geography. Madison.
I think it would be telling a story of a man who doesn't want to kill the pigs, and then the other men, they're all like, man, we just want to like slay them all.
Okay, so Madison thinks that this man could be trying to save the pigs here, right? Is this the one you're thinking, saving the pigs? And these other men back here might want to be slaughtering them, so he's trying to save them. Good, Tanner.
I think the man up in the front, he's fascinated by him.
Okay, so Tanner thinks this man here looks fascinated by the pigs. Chaz.
And like the dog might be for like gathering all the pigs up and like putting them in like
Okay, so you think that he could be gathering up the pigs, putting gates? Okay, so he's like hurting them? Madison?
I think that dog might be his dog, or it could be just a wild dog from one of the others.
Okay, so we think this might be the owner of the dog. Why do you think this might be the dog's owner?
Because it's sitting right next to him
Oh.
obediently.
Okay, so he's obediently sitting next to what could be his master. Very good. What more can we find? Madison?
There's more trees that are turning yellow and orange in the background behind the castle.
Okay, so back here behind the castle, there's more trees that are turning orange and brown. Oops. Oh, I went to sleep. It'll be back. What more can we find? Tanner,
Oh.
sorry.
Where the man in the front is standing, they must have cut down trees for lumber, and they're planting the ones to regrow the populations.
Okay. So Tanner thinks that they've cut down trees over here, and they're going to be replanting new ones, so the population of the trees will stay maintained. Why do you think that they might have cut trees down here? Why do you think that?
Well, so maybe like royal carriages can get through easier.
Okay, so maybe for royalty, royal carriages that might be going to the castle, they could get through easier. Okay, Christopher.
It doesn't look like they might have cleared it for grass for the pigs.
Okay, so he thinks that this might have been cleared for grass for the pigs because he doesn't see a road in here. Maybe the road's out of the frame. Madison.
Maybe he doesn't know the trails of the forest that well, so he cut down the trees so it would be like more of a path to his castle, so he wouldn't get lost.
Okay, so maybe he wanted more of a path, so he cut down the trees from his castle, so it would be more of a direct route. Tanner?
I think they have the pigs there to get rid of all the weeds in the forest to help the trees grow more efficiently and for the regrowth of the ones in the open plain.
Okay, so Tanner's thinking that the pigs are also helping with to help the forest maintain. Is that what you're saying? So they're going to get rid of some of the brush. All right. Chaz.
Like at the edge of the woods that's going across, that might be
Here.
no, like closer up by, like, yeah, right.
Okay, so right by the bottom of the trees.
Yeah, that might be a road that it might be.
Okay, so there could possibly be a road right there. Good. Tanner?
I can see how on the left side it's kind of worn down because that must have been by like the wooden tires and the cattle that had hauled the carriages. They worn down the ground.
Okay, so the ground, Tanner's noticing over here, it looks more worn out, more worn down, and that could be from possibly the carriages and the cattle, he said, that wore the ground out. All right. Can we find anything more? Madison?
His clothes did look a little bit like faded because of the front where it's kind of shadowed. It looks like a darker color, and then in the back where the sun might have been hitting the most, it's like a paler pink.
All right, so his clothes right here, it looks a little bit faded. So she thinks that the part where the sun hits the most is lighter or faded, and then it's darker where the sun doesn't hit as much. Good. Emma?
Maybe he could be a servant,
Okay.
like a slave or something.
So she thinks that he could be a servant or a slave instead of the person possibly that lives in the castle. Good. Madison?
It looks like he has like a little black hat on.
Okay, she noticed that he's wearing something on his head, like a little black hat. Tanner?
I could see in the water reflection it must be snow on the mountains in the background. You
Okay.
can see the whitening, or it may as well be the clouds.
So right here in the water, the background, the reflection could be of the mountains or of the clouds that are showing there. Chaz?
I noticed that like the guy, he has really dirty like socks.
Okay, so Chaz also noticed his socks. He looks like they're pretty dirty. Also. All right, well, I think you did a wonderful job today. Thank you for participating in the observation and discussion on this image. So, good job.